Before we start, let me ask you something simple but powerful. Have you ever imagined an empire so huge that it connected nations, languages, and cultures under one banner, shaping the world in ways we still feel today? Today, we're stepping into the story of that empire, and I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing well and ready to explore one of history's most remarkable civilizations. This is the story of the Persian Empire, a world built on power, strategy, tolerance, and ambition. Long before modern borders existed, the land of ancient Iran was home to tribes who lived with pride and resilience. Among those tribes, the Persians carried a spark that was waiting for the right moment to ignite. That moment came when a young leader named Cyrus rose to power with a vision far bigger than himself. Cyrus wasn't just a warrior trying to take land. He believed in uniting people instead of crushing them, which made him completely different from the rulers of his time. His first major victory came when he defeated the mighty Medes, a kingdom that had dominated the region for years. This victory didn't just expand his power. It laid the foundation for something that would change history forever. People soon started calling him Cyrus the Great, and he earned that title through leadership instead of fear. He respected cultures, beliefs, and traditions wherever he went, and that approach won hearts instead of creating enemies. His greatest moment came when he walked into Babylon, one of the most advanced cities in the ancient world, without a violent clash. Instead of destroying the city, he freed the people who had been held captive there for years. This act became legendary, and many still call him a pioneer of human rights because of it. Under Cyrus, the Persian Empire stretched farther than anything the world had seen before. When Cyrus passed away, he left behind a stable and respected empire. His son Cambyses took the throne and pushed the borders even farther. Cambyses expanded the empire into Egypt, conquering a land that had been powerful for thousands of years. But unlike his father, Cambyses struggled with control and stability, and his leadership style raised concerns. Some described him as harsh. Others believed he was losing focus and drifting away from wise leadership. After Cambyses, Darius stepped in and brought the empire back to order with a calm and disciplined approach. Darius was a planner, a builder, and a thinker who wanted the empire to run like a well-organized machine. He divided the empire into provinces so every region could be managed properly. He introduced a unified currency so trade could flow smoothly across thousands of miles. These changes made the empire richer, stronger, and easier to manage. One of his greatest achievements was the Royal Road. This road connected distant lands and allowed messengers to travel faster than ever before. It helped ideas move quickly, helping cultures blend and people interact in new ways. But even Darius faced challenges, and his biggest one came from Greece. He attempted to conquer Greece, believing it would secure Persia's dominance. His campaign reached the famous Battle of Marathon. That battle became a turning point. The Persian army was defeated, surprising the entire ancient world. This loss weakened Persia's confidence, but didn't end its ambitions. Years later, Xerxes, the son of Darius, launched another massive campaign against Greece. His army was enormous, crossing into Greece with power and confidence. The battles that followed, including Thermopylae and Salamis, became some of the most iconic battles in history. But despite the size of the Persian army, Greece pushed back with strategy and unity. These defeats created cracks in Persian strength. Internal conflicts slowly began to rise as different regions questioned the empire's stability. Corruption grew inside the royal court as some rulers became more focused on luxury than leadership. Rebellions began in provinces that once followed Persia with loyalty. And just when the empire was struggling to hold itself together, a new threat emerged from the west. His name was Alexander. Alexander was young, sharp, and almost unstoppable in battle. To him, the Persian Empire wasn't just a rival. It was the ultimate test of his ambition. His army moved with incredible speed, winning battle after battle. The Persians resisted fiercely, but their unity had already weakened. Alexander defeated Darius III, marking the end of the ancient Persian Empire as the world had known it. But even though the empire fell, its influence never disappeared. Persia shaped culture across continents for centuries. It influenced law, administration, and systems of governance used even today. It influenced architecture, inspiring designs that spread across Asia and beyond. The empire played a major role in trade, connecting the East and West long before modern nations existed. Even in its fall, Persia left behind lessons about leadership, power, and the cost of internal division. The Persian Empire had powerful strengths that carried it to greatness. It also had weaknesses that slowly broke it from the inside. It showed the world the value of respect, tolerance, and strategy. And it showed how pride, corruption, and conflict can destroy even the strongest empires. Its story isn't just history. It's a reminder of how nations rise, thrive, and fall. And it teaches us how much leadership matters. If you enjoyed exploring this chapter of ancient history with me, there's much more waiting for you. Stay connected, stay curious, and keep learning. And remember, you're watching The Daily Rise.